The navies of the Philippines and the United States conducted a joint maritime exercise in the South China Sea on Wednesday, according to a statement from the Philippine Armed Forces. This exercise, held within the Philippines' Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ, is part of ongoing efforts to enhance the interoperability and operational coordination between the two allied navies amid escalating tensions with China. The latest joint exercise, involving two vessels, aimed to bolster communication and operational coordination between the Philippine Navy and the U.S. Navy. These joint exercises with our ally are crucial in enhancing our naval capabilities and ensuring that we can effectively collaborate to safeguard our maritime interests, said Philippine Military Chief Romeo Bronner.
U.S. Marines. So actually, dun sa exercise anon, tatlong bansa ang nag-exercise dito. Pilipinas, ang United States.
This joint exercise follows the commencement of joint maritime activities between the two allies in November, designed to improve military coordination against the backdrop of increasing Chinese assertiveness in the South China Sea. The exercise included various activities such as communication checks, division tactics, officer of the watch maneuvers, photographic exercises, and cross-deck operations. On Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met with their Philippine counterparts, pledging $500 million to strengthen Manila's military and coast guard. This pledge is part of a broader initiative to enhance the Philippines' defense capabilities and to fortify the U.S.-Philippines alliance under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who has pivoted closer to Washington. The funding announcement comes amid a series of increased security engagements between the treaty partners.
We're now allocating an additional $500 million in foreign military financing to the Philippines to boost security collaboration with our oldest treaty ally in this region. New steps to strengthen the alliance, a once-in-a-generation investment to help modernize the Filipino Armed Forces and Coast Guard, our first bilateral security sector assistance roadmap, doubling our investments in the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement.
Under President Marcos Jr., the Philippines has moved away from the previous administration's pro-China stance, opting instead to strengthen ties with the United States. This shift has led to an uptick in joint military activities, including the largest ever joint military drill in April. The joint exercises and increased funding are seen as a response to China's aggressive activities in the region, particularly in the contested waters of the South China Sea. China claims almost the entire South China Sea, a claim contested by several countries, including the Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Brunei. The USS Mobile, LCS-26, and the BRP Ramon Alcaraz, PS-16, were among the vessels involved in the recent exercise, held in the waters west of Palawan. The Philippine military emphasized that these drills are not directed at any particular country, but are essential for maintaining readiness and enhancing cooperative capabilities. Earlier this year, China warned the Philippines against provocative actions in the South China Sea, following an incident where the China Coast Guard intercepted a foreign vessel attempting to enter what China claims as its territorial waters. Despite these warnings, the Philippines has continued to assert its rights within its EEZ, supported by the United States. In addition to the naval exercises, the U.S. and the Philippines launched joint patrols in waters near Taiwan last November. These patrols are part of a broader strategy to increase the number of Philippine bases accessible to the U.S. military, enhancing readiness and deterrence capabilities. The increased military cooperation is not without its risks. Beijing has repeatedly criticized the joint U.S.-Philippines activities, viewing them as provocative and a threat to regional stability.
国与国之间开展交流合作，不应损害地区国家间的相互理解与信任，不应破坏地区和平与稳定，不应针对第三方或损害第三方利益。亚太地区不需要军事集团，更不需要挑动阵营对抗、鼓动新冷战的小圈子。任何损害本地区和平稳定、破坏本地区团结合作的行径， 都将招致地区人民的警惕和共同反对。
However, both Manila and Washington have reiterated their commitment to uphold international law and ensure freedom of navigation in the South China Sea. The joint patrols, which included 3 Philippine Navy vessels, 2 FA-50 light combat aircraft, and an A-29B Super Tucano light attack plane, are seen as a demonstration of the Philippines' firm stance on its maritime claims. The United States contributed a littoral combat ship and a P-8A Poseidon maritime patrol and reconnaissance aircraft to the patrols. The territorial dispute between the Philippines and China has been particularly contentious under President Marcos Jr., leading to repeated standoffs between Chinese and Filipino vessels. Despite these tensions, both countries have recently agreed to collaborate on handling maritime disagreements to reduce tensions in the region. Secretary Blinken reaffirmed the United States' ironclad commitment to defend the Philippines against any armed attack on its vessels, aircraft, or soldiers in the South China Sea. This commitment is grounded in the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty between the two nations.
We stand by our ironclad defense commitment to the Philippines under the Mutual Defense Treaty. That extends to armed attacks on Filipino armed forces, public vessels or aircraft, including the Coast Guard, anywhere in the Pacific, including the South China Sea.
The ongoing security cooperation is underscored by a significant financial investment from the United States, with additional funds expected next year to further bolster the Philippine Air Force. This support is seen as crucial in deterring unwanted aggression and maintaining regional stability.
In terms of our alliance, in terms of the specific context of our situation here in the West Philippine Sea and in the Indo-Pacific, are continuously examined and re-examined, so we are agile in terms of our responses.
While China and the Philippines have reached a provisional agreement on resupplying missions to the disputed Second Thomas Shoal, the details of this deal remain contentious. Manila continues to assert its rights within its EEZ, supported by international law and the 2016 ruling by the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague, which rejected China's claims. As the geopolitical landscape in the South China Sea remains fraught with tension, the joint naval exercises and increased U.S.-Philippines cooperation signal a strategic alignment aimed at countering Chinese influence and ensuring the security and stability of the region. Thank you for tuning into our channel. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of global issues.
Aircraft about